Welcome once again to Octane Mobile Gaming. It's just 2 days before Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Not sure if tomorrow I'll do a possible deck combination video, because last week I intended to make a possible deck combination video, but didn't get around to it because it was quite a busy weekend. However, this week hopefully I'm not that busy, so I should be able to make a possible deck combination video and play a bit through the event. I'm off, not working tomorrow. So let's take a look at the news link. So 24 hours special. I did take advantage of the 24-hour special because I saved my coins to craft the ultimate form for this week, as I said I would. So I've crafted the ultimate form. We're going to take a look at that soon. So if you manage to get the ultimate form, you get the second pink star free. We've seen this twice before. It's really nice. It's really nice to be able to get the second pink star free if you manage to get the ultimate form. It's not too bad. So Black Friday. So if you purchase the Black Friday pass, you will receive an additional pink star free as well. So for those of you who purchase the Black Friday pass, you will get the third pink star free. Holiday special event, and we got the SnowBrawl bosses. Please take a look at your news link and read through all of this. I'm not going to read through all of it. So we got daily quests. So every day you will receive a new solo guild and global quests, each one with its own reward. The solo task is an individual goal for you to accomplish. By accomplishing your solo quest, your guild will get credit for your action. So if you're in a really active guild where everybody is active, you will receive probably prizes. Not sure what we'll receive as yet. I know there's an ultimate form up for grabs. Not sure which ultimate form it is, if it's an old ultimate form, new ultimate form, or an ultimate form we haven't seen yet, or one of the new ultimate wardens. So if enough of your guildmates complete their solo quests, you will collectively complete the guild quests and be rewarded. Please note that if you switch guild in the middle of the day, you will be ineligible for the day's guild quest reward. Okay, so global task, and this is the global task. So complete daily global quest. So share this post with your friends. Change your Facebook profile picture to Santa Dojan and comment on the above posts. So if you want to do that, you can do that. My Facebook page is basically for Octane Gaming, so that's not a problem. I haven't got a personal Facebook page. All the pages that I have, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, it's all to do with my channel, so I have no problem doing that. But for those of you who've got a personal Facebook page, it's a personal thing if you want to do it, yes or no. So that's what we've got in the way of news link. So I went up to the third tier of the pack because I haven't got enough coin to go up to the fourth tier, and that's something that I wanted to talk a bit about. I did manage to get the ultimate form last week. I got it on Sunday, it was. So I was using the deck that I showcase on deck release, and that did pretty well up until about Saturday, when lots of people started to play. So then I started slipping down the solo ladder. Then I got the ultimate form early Sunday morning, and I created a deck that was really good, really powerful, and I managed to finish first in Kings League. So this week I'll be back in the Emperor League. Not sure how well I'll perform in that league. I haven't been in that league for a while, and I know if you haven't got the ultimate form, you can't perform well in that league, but I've got the ultimate form, so that's neither here nor there. So this is the ultimate form for this week. Silent Knights. Like player play on words there. And the deck is an Immortal Killer deck, Light Immortal Killer deck. And this card, Silent Knights, will create 8 Power Gem 6s. It will also increase Light Slayer attack by 20%. Not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but we'll see what we can add to the deck to make this deck a bit more powerful. And this has got a 1-turn cooldown, so the attack lasts for the battle skill has got a 1-turn cooldown. The effect lasts for 1 turn, which is not bad. It's got 2 passive. The first passive is Gift for All. Whenever another Light Slayer activates their battle skill, creates 1 additional Light Power Gem 6. Not bad. So if you have got 5 cards on the board that's able to produce Power Gems, because we do have cards that their battle skill doesn't produce Power Gems. This one will produce 1 additional Power Gem for every card on the board. Not sure if it does it for itself, but it should actually do it for itself. So I'm expecting this card to produce an additional 5 Power Gem, giving it a whopping 13 Power Gems. If it's not, it will create a whopping 12 Power Gem 6s, which is not too bad. Second passive, Trusted Mount. And whenever this hero attacks, it heals for 1000% of hero recovery for each Light Slayer that attack alongside him. So it can heal you for 5000% of hero recovery. Let's look at a bit more information at the bottom of the card. Ultimate Light Slayer Harmony. This hero gains 25% attack and receive and recovery for every Light Slayer Ultimate hero that's on the team. So if you take 5 Light Ultimate hero, which I don't think any of us will be taking 5 Light Slayer Ultimate hero. If you do, however, you will gain 25% for each one of them, which will give you 100% extra HP and recovery for this particular hero. This hero has got a counter skill that dispels Traitor. Traitor can be a bad one. Whenever you attack, you take the same amount of damage as the boss, or you take a certain percentage of the damage that you do to the bosses. Now this is your Master Collection card, Father Christmas. And Father Christmas creates 8 Power Gem 6s, just like the ultimate form. It's got a 2-turn cooldown and weather, which is not too bad. 2 turn is not bad. 1 turn would be better, but 2 turn, I can work with 2 turn. 2 turn is actually great. It's got 1 passive, however, and the passive is Gift for All. Whenever another Light Slayer activates their battle skill, it creates 1 Light Power Gem 6. So I just realized that on the ultimate form, I thought it said any other Light Slayer that battle skills create Power Gem, but it doesn't have to create Power Gem. It just has to be activated. So once you activate another Light Slayer card that's on the deck, it will create an additional Light Power Gem. So you don't have to actually create Power Gems with the battle skill. It just has to be activated. So that is absolutely brilliant. This one dispels Poison. Poison can be a nasty one. If you dispel it or you've got a lot of health, well, it won't affect you quite much. The fights shouldn't be very long anyway, especially if you've got a really powerful deck. So let's take a look at the ultra rare. So for this season, I haven't been doing very well when it comes to the polls. So this is Rudolph Slay Lead, and this one will create 8 Light Power Gem 6s. So all the cards are creating 8 Light Power Gem 6s, which is really good. This one, however, increases Light Slayer attack by 20% for 1 turn. It's got a 1-turn cooldown, just like the ultimate form, which is really, really brilliant. And the passive on it, the only passive on it is Trusted Mount. Whenever this hero attacks, it heals for 1000% of hero recovery for each Light Slayer that attacks alongside this card. So you've got lots of heal, lots of power gem production, power boost, and the boost to your attack is really good, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute. This one dispels Toxin. Toxin affects any card that does a heal. So this card does a heal. The ultimate form does a heal, so if you get hit by toxin, it will affect their battle skill, so you need to dispel toxin. Okay, so let's look at the additional cards, which first we're going to take a look at this one. Mrs. Claus, Mary Maven. And Mrs. Claus looks quite young. Create 6 light power gem 4s. Now that's brilliant. Last week's main card and this week's main card is quite good. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is what I've been going on for weeks now, or probably months if you've been watching my videos, about event cards. Now I'm not sure if it's because of what I've said, or they just came to the conclusion that I came to months ago, that main cards, event cards need to be more, it needs to be more usable. And this one and last week's main card was actually really usable. Now this one is usable. It creates 6 light power gem 4s. It's not power gem 5s, it's power gem 4s, but it's really good. It creates 6 of them. It's got a passive that at the start of each turn it creates an additional 2. So it actually is able to create 6 light power gem 4s. Absolutely brilliant. Really like what they've done to the main card this week. It's really good. This one, it counters poison as well. Poison can be a nasty one, can be hazardous to your health. Now let's take a look at the support card. Don't think they've done anything in regards to the support card. I believe support cards should be able to create power gems. It doesn't have to create all power gems, but it should be able to create a certain amount of power gems. Now this one creates 10 light gems. I believe it could have created 5 light power gem 1s and 5 light gems. That would be absolutely magnificent. Really good. But it only creates 10 light gems, which is not really powerful, not really brilliant in the grand scheme of things. It's got a 2-turn cooldown, which is okay. It's got a passive on it as well, so at the start of each turn it heals for 5000% of hero recovery. This heal is far better than what I've seen on previous support cards. However, I still believe that if it actually healed for 5% of your maximum health, it would be a really brilliant healer. But it is what it is. Eventually they'll probably get around to revamping the support cards. But that's the support cards. That's your deck for this week. It's a really nice deck. I think it's a good deck. Not brilliant, but I think it's a really good deck. It's not okay. It's far better than okay. This week's deck is actually brilliant. And I'm going to show you why I say it's a brilliant deck. Now, if you take a look at this setup. Now, this setup uses this card, Apocalypse Hellboy. And the reason why I'm running Apocalypse Hellboy is because Apocalypse Hellboy has got a passive where if there are 8 or more light power gems on the board, it increases Light Slayer hero attack for 1 turn by 30%. We're not really interested in the amount of attack boost it gives. What we're interested in is that it actually gives the boost. Now when it gives us the boost, now here is the Pierce the Resistance. Now the Pierce the Resistance is this one, Supreme Helium. We all know this card. On its debut, it was absolutely magnificent. I still think it's a magnificent card. It's a magnificent deck, and what it does is it increases Light Slayer attack by 140% for 3 turns, and it creates 6 light power gem 5s. It's got a 3-turn cooldown, but wait for it, the passive is the brilliant thing on this card. Now the passive creates 2 light power gem 4s every time an attack or damage buff is activated. So now when you start the battle and your relics comes up and they do all the wonderful thing that they do, it creates power gems, then you activate the passive for Apocalypse Hellboy, which brings the passive for this card into, it brings it in and it does its thing. It creates power gems. It will probably fill the board with power gems. Absolutely magnificent. Now this one, When you activate the battle skill, it will give you a attack boost, which will activate the passive for this card again. This card's battle skill will activate its passive again. So you can see we continuously will be creating power gems. This one's battle skill gives you an attack boost again. The passive activates again. Now this one has got the same passive as the ultimate form. So you'll be activating 2 passive every time you give an attack boost. And this one has got 140%. It gives an 140% increase to your attack. So that is the reason why this deck is really, really good. It's really, really good because it works alongside this deck. Now, we've got 2 free ultimate forms on this combination, which will give us an extra 25% increase to our recovery and our health. So this combination is really, really good, really, really brilliant. Really like that combination. Okay, so let's talk about past ultimate forms. Now, this is the past ultimate form for last year, Lustrous Super Knight. Now, Lustrous Super Knight, I have got it at 6 pink star. This is when the game changed last Christmas, and you only got support card, main card, and ultimate form. It wasn't a good period. This year is far better than last Christmas. I managed to get this last year. It's a 6 pink star ultimate form. One of the only 2 that I've got. It gives you 1400% damage increase to all immortal enemies. Light Slayer Immortal. It increases Light Slayer damage by 1400% while immortal enemies are present. So that's the killer skill for this one. So this one gives you 1400% increase, while the current one give me, I think it's around 900%. Never really look at the stats before. Let's look at the stats. 900%. So I think it's when you get up to the 3rd pink star, you get up to about, I think when you go past the 3rd, when you get to the 4th pink star, the stats starts to change. Before, the reason why you've got like 400% on the older ultimate form is that every pink star that you got, you increase your stats. So when you got up to 2 pink star, you got 600%. When you got up a 3 pink star, you got up to 800%, and so on and so forth, and keep on increasing until you get to the maximum. That's all the old ultimate form works. But the new ultimate form, how the work is, you start at 900%, regardless of if you got 1 pink star, 2 pink star, or 3 pink star. You start at 900%, and every pink star thereafter you increase your stats. That's how they work. That's the reason why you've got 900% on a 1 pink star, 900% on a 2 pink star or 3 pink star. So this is one combination that you could consider using. Another combination that you could consider using is, let's go Immortal Killer. You could consider using this card in combination with the deck. Now this one will increase your damage, your attack, give you a bigger attack boost. However, the thing is, with a card like this, you're gonna have a lot of problems, because if, say, you should use this card alongside, say, now let's get our Santa in there, and let's get our if you say should use this one alongside where is my card, alongside, say, the current ultimate, this is an older ultimate form. We'll take a look at that soon. That one, or let's just find the ultimate form. Yeah, Now, if you should use something like this, you will only be able to power up this card on the first turn if you're not gonna use Glorious Golems. Because what's gonna happen is your relics will create power gems for this card. You match them, and if you manage to power up this card straight away, then you can activate its battle skill on the second turn. You take the hit, you increase Immortal's killer attack by one, I think it's 1,200, no, 2,500. So you increase the attack by 2,500. And when you activate all the rest of these cards, so not particularly this one, because this one doesn't really gives you a boost, it gives you a revive. It creates 4 light power gem 4s and 3 light power gem 2s, and it become immune to damage for 1 turn. It's got a 5-turn cooldown. This was your first light Slayer Immortal Killer ultimate form that we have. It's called Swine Lord Strike Team. That one is okay if you haven't got anything else, but if you've got other cards, I would probably use more cards that are more newer, because the newer cards are, I think, is far better than this one. So I wouldn't really use that one unless I didn't have anything else. I would use, you could use a card that creates a bit more power gem. Now this one, let's talk about this one. This one is, it's much newer than the Swine Lord Strike Team. It's got more pink star. The stats are quite higher. However, what does it do? It heals for 5,000% of this hero's recovery and convert up to 5 non-light power gems into light power gems of 1 higher level. So it doesn't convert light power gems to 1 level higher, it converts non-light power gems to power gems of 1 level higher. So say I was going to use say the Glorious Golems. If I was going to use the Glorious Golems alongside High Performance Unit area, I probably would throw this into the mix, because this would convert all the dark power gems to light power gems and upgrade it to 1 level higher, which would be really, really good. Plus the stats, the boost that it gives, the damage boost that it gives from its killer skill wouldn't be too bad. However, I'm thinking that we've got much better cards. I have got much better cards within my collection, cards that could be used. So I wouldn't particularly go for, say, that one. I would probably say go for the Glorious Golems then. Forget that one, use the Glorious Golem. Go for the Glorious Golem. Now what would happen is, once I've powered up the Glorious Golems and I've powered up High Performance Unit area, once you activate all the other 3 cards that's on the deck, all 3 cards will give you a boost. This one's passive, Supreme Elohim, will actually get rid of all the dark gems on the board. The passive will just create so much power gems. It won't overwrite the dark gems, I don't think. I think it will just, yeah, probably would overwrite the dark gems. Probably, I'm not sure. You know what? Let's create the deck. Go into Legend Trial and see exactly what happens. So Immortal Killer. We need at least 2 Immortal, Dark Immortal Killer Relic on the board. Then what we need should have Light Immortal Killer Relics as well. Where's the light? No, we haven't got Light Immortal Killer Relics, so we need to go. Oh, here we go. Light Immortal Killer Relic. That one is for Lustrious Super Knight. Let's go to Slayer. Let's find a relic. We've only got 1 relic. that actually is an immortal killer relic. So let's go into Legend Trials and see how this deck combination will actually work. Let's see if it's useful. Okay, so what we want is we want this boss. So we're gonna summon this boss and we're gonna go straight into the battle. It won't work the same in Legend Trial as it will in the Slayer events. It will be a bit different, but we can see exactly how the deck will perform. So I didn't change the deck. So first up is the deck which uses Hellboy. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just see what this deck is capable of. So you could see on the first turn, because I actually had so much power gems on the board, Hellboy's passive kick in. And the thing with Hellboy, he does give you a power gem each time he attacks, which is quite nice, but not really useful. It's not the most useful card that we've got in the game. Okay, so we just want to actually get the shield down, and then we're going to activate all the skills, and then we're going to actually see what this deck is actually capable of. So we have 3 more activation, 3 more attack, and then the shield should be down. Okay. Three more activation. It's gonna be a little bit more than 3 activation. Okay, here we go. The shield is down. Now the first thing you want to do, just activate anything. It doesn't has to be in any particular order. So you can see quite nice power gems on the board. And I think we had a power gem 10 on the board as well. Damage is not too bad. Damage isn't too bad. So 1 turn cooldown for the ultra rare and the ultimate form. However, everything else is got 2 turn cooldown. We're gonna wait on Apocalypse Hellboy, and then we're gonna activate his battle skill first and foremost. Activate his battle skill, do an attack. There we go. His passive kick in, so we created a full board of power gem. Now we're just gonna go straight down the line, and every time we do a boost, we create power gem. There you go. Nice power gem production on the board. Great power gems, really nice. So that's that deck, which is not too bad. That deck combination is actually quite nice. There may be other combination that you could use out there as well. That's just one that I thought of straight off the top of my head. Let's look at another one. So now let's take a look at the one using high performance unit area. This one. Let's see how this one actually works. So what we want to do is we want to get the armor down and activate high performance unit area battle skill and then take the hit. But because we have got a mixed deck, it's gonna take a while to get armor down, because not all the time we'll be able to activate both all the cards at the same time. So I've gone ahead and I've actually eliminated most of the video and just take it to the bit that actually matters. And what we are doing now is we're going to get rid of the 2 armor remaining, And I've activated High Performance Unit Area's battle skill. She's going to take the hit. She's going to give us the status. And then we're going to activate all the other cards, including the Glorious Golem. So Glorious Golem first, then all the other cards. And as you can see, we have overwritten most of the dark power gems on the board, which is quite good. Now let's see the damage on the Immortal Killer cards. 5 trillion, 3.9 trillion. Really, really brilliant. So now you've seen what both combinations are capable of. There might be a few more variation that we can try out tomorrow during possible deck combination, including if I manage to get the event card, we can probably play around with it, say the event card, the support cards, and a few other cards, see what type of deck we can come up with that's reasonably priced. So it depends what you're going for and what you've got in a collection. You can create either of these two decks. This one is going to be a bit more slower. This one is going to be a bit more faster, but this one is definitely going to be more powerful. It depends on what you've got in your collection, really, and it depends what you're actually going for. We will see the final deck combination that I will go for during the event. But until tomorrow, like, subscribe, and this is Octane saying peace and have a good day. Bye for now.